We're being asked to sketch y equals minus 1 over x squared. I just want to remind you a few functions. This is 1 over x, roughly. And then 1 over x squared is very similar. It has the same bit here, but suddenly this can't be negative. It's actually like this. And so if we want minus 1 over x squared, it's essentially a reflection in the x-axis of that curve. So it's going to look like the following. Just make sure it doesn't touch the axis and try and make it smooth. Try and make it roughly symmetrical. I could probably have done with making it come a little bit this way. So it looks like it's tending towards the axes. That's a decent sketch. Let's just get x and y on the axes. We're then told that this function is translated by 2 units in the positive x direction. Positive x direction. What that means is that f of x goes to f of x minus 2. And our function, this is part B, sorry, this was part A. Function is going to be y equals minus 1 over, and I just replaced the x by x minus 2 all squared. Now just a little quick bit of information about why this is. Let's say I've got my function and it was, let's say I had f of 4. Well, before it would be here, whereas now I'm going to need to put in 6. So that was when x is equal to 4, I'd get f of 4. But for my new function, I'm going to have to put in x equals 6 to get f of 4. So essentially, it's going to have moved to here. You can see that it's moved to the right. Sometimes it's a bit confusing. Why is it negative? But that was my attempt of explaining why. So anyway, that's the answer. Try and learn this rule. Try and understand it though. In part C, we're then told that minus 1 over x squared is stretched parallel to the y-axis with scale factor 1/2. And that's going to mean that f of x goes to 1/2 f of x. That goes on the outside, and we just multiply by that scale factor. So what's going to happen? We're not actually interested in the function itself. We're interested in what happens to this point. So essentially, the x value is going to. I've got a particular point. So let's call it this. It's 1/2 and minus 4. So it's going to be, say, down here. So if I stretch it by scale factor 1/2, it's actually going to become closer to the axis. But the x value is going to stay the same, so it's going to be 1/2, and I'm just going to halve that minus 4 to minus 2. That's going to be my answer. I should probably just say that this is P.